Jack and Jill's Brilliant Cybertale Adventures by Miss Tammy. Narrated by Miss Tammy. Once upon a time, there was a brother and sister named Jack and Jill. For their 5th birthday, they received a new computer. On the night of their birthday party, they turned their computer on to try it out. They searched for some fairy tales. Outside, it began to rain, then thunder, then lightning. All at once, a big lightning bolt shot through the window and hit the computer screen. The room lit up, and the screen sparked and hissed. Jack and Jill were sucked inside their computer screen. The world started to spin around them in a kaleidoscope of colors. They were falling from the sky. "Help!" Jill shouted. "Where are we going?" Jack cried. Moments later, they landed hard in a field of flowers. When they climbed to their feet, they saw a big beanstalk reaching up to the sky. "Let's climb up," Jill said. "Are you kidding?" Jack asked. "There's a giant up there." Jill started to climb, and Jack followed after. They knew they had to stick together. When they got to the top, a loud voice boomed out, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell blood, and I want some." The brother and sister scrambled back down the beanstalk. There was an axe propped against a tree. Jack grabbed it and chopped the beanstalk down. The giant couldn't get down the beanstalk. Jack looked at the axe in his hand. A voice sounded deep in the woods. "Hansel! Gretel!" Jack and Jill looked at each other. "Candy!" shouted Jack. "Are you kidding?" Jill asked. "There's a witch in that house." "Did somebody say witch?" a voice asked behind them. The brother and sister turned and saw a witch with an armload of lollipops. "Run!" Jill shouted. They ran through the woods and toward the candy house, where they released Hansel and Gretel from a cage. "Run home to your dad!" Jill shouted, and they did just that. Jack and Jill ran deeper into the woods, where it was cool and dark. They followed a path until they heard a big, bad growl. Jack and Jill looked at each other. "Wolf!" they shouted together and ran in another direction. The wolf stepped out in front of them. "Going somewhere?" he asked them. Grandma's house?" Jill asked. "Oh, goody," the wolf replied. "The more the merrier. I'm waiting for someone." Jack and Jill ran ahead to Grandma's house. "There's a wolf on the way," Jack yelled. "He wants to eat you up." Grandma went out to her barn, got a steel bear trap, put it in her bed, and set it. "That'll teach him to mess with me," Grandma shouted. Jack and Jill continued on their way. They walked for so long they became tired and thirsty. "Look!" Jack cried as he pointed up to the top of a hill. "There's a well up there." "And here's a pail," Jill shouted. Jill picked up the pail. They went up the hill to fetch the pail of water. At the top, Jill took Jack's hand. "Don't fall, Jack." They got their drink of water, then ran down the hill, on to their next brilliant cybertale adventure. The end.